Case 14, a training business in the US. Being invited to co-present a training in the program in the US stands out as one of the highlights of my career. I nervously moved through the customs in late autumn at JFK, and the 6'6" customs official must have sensed my anxiety, asking in a loud and typical deep New Yorker stroke Bronx accent, "What's your business here, sir?" I handed over my passport. And I said that I'm here to present a training program. And this was met with, "We don't need no training program from you, sir. We have it all here." I smiled, as did he. He stamped my passport and off I went. Welcome to working in the Big Apple, I mused. Arriving at the location was another shock to the system, as my co-presenters and facilitators were in a panic about the dude from Africa who hadn't answered emails or WhatsApps for the last 18 hours, trying to explain that Joburg, London, NYC was about that time when I wasn't online didn't seem to bother nor have it sink in. "We're going to have to do an all-nighter," said a colleague, and we did. Participants on the 2-week program, which I presented a few times, were consultants and senior consultants from an international training consultancy. The group was diverse, with delegates from all continents other than the antipodes. The facilitating or lecturing staff were from North America, Europe, and South Africa. Almost tongue-in-cheek, I made the following general observations when working with practitioners from other parts of the globe. The North Americans, well, they must score off the scale on any extroversion scale. Talking for hours is mandatory. 2, they've got fixed starting times, but no end times. They live on coffee and donuts. 4, they seem to take great pleasure in sharing the amount of nighttime and weekend work that was performed. They do follow logical and mechanistic thinking patterns. Extremely politically correct, very thorough and methodical, and they make really good use of case studies, case histories and examples. My buddies from France and Italy, the Western Europeans, they seem to take great pleasure in argument, but it's not conflict. 2, they assume, assuming one has made a decision at the end of an argument or discussion is foolhardy. It's just an opinion at that point in time. It will change. Decision-making is a long, drawn-out effort. Expect to argue for hours on the principles at play and the process to be followed. An argument is usually characterized by shouting, raising voices, hands, arms waving, and eyes rolling backwards. Heads always shake from left to right, fists banging desks, but these are often interspersed with smokes and coffee breaks, where everyone is the best of friends. Well, couldn't help but notice my 2 colleagues and myself. So the South Africans, well, we seem tolerant of the varied styles up to a point. Then the Johannesburg assertiveness showed, which was quickly interpreted as aggression. 2, we're not patient. 3, our other dialects improved considerably in those 2 weeks. And 4, we laughed so much our stomachs hurt.